Hello everyone, thank you for joining me today. This is my question and answer video I'm doing every single week. And welcome everybody, welcome new people, new viewers. If you guys think that I'm doing something beneficial for you or anybody else, you can support what I'm doing by subscribing to the channel down there. You can hit the notification bell, let you know when the videos come out. You can comment or vote down below. You can put me in a playlist or share this with other people. I'd really appreciate that, okay? What I'm doing is answering questions from people who asked me in the last video. I do this every single Monday. So any of you guys have a question, go down below and ask me anything you want, and I'll answer them in the next Q&A video next Monday. Something I like to do is make a recommendation for you guys to help you heal and grow and recover from different kinds of trauma. This week I'm recommending a book I found that really addresses some of our trauma from these relationships we've been in. Sex plays a huge part in dependent relationships, typically romantic, abusive relationships. Sex tends to be a huge part of the relationship, part of the dependency. And many of you guys have been betrayed, been cheated on. And you know, in this narcissistic abuse, it's usually not even just cheating. It's usually such a bigger betrayal. I've heard of so many stories. I've been coaching people for several years now, and I've heard so many bad stories. I have some bad stories of my own, and I know most of you do too. I don't even want to get into some of the horrible stories I've heard, and some of the questions you guys have today have to deal with this. But yeah, sexual trauma, finding your spouse or boyfriend or girlfriend cheating on you with a friend, your best friend, a family member, you know, your boss, or somebody they had you believe is their friend for a long time. These kinds of things can cause lots of trauma, and we need to heal from our traumas, and that's understanding them really, really well. I think this book will help do that. This book is called Treating Trauma from Sexual Betrayal: The Essential Tools for Healing by Dr. Kevin B. Skinner. On Amazon, as usual. I'll put a link down below if you guys are interested, want to check it out. The link to Amazon where it's for sale. It's on Kindle for $9.95 and the paperback is $17.99. Not too bad. Anybody reads it, I love feedback to know what you think of it. Anyone that's has read it, let me know what you think about it, okay? I'll read the preface here. Sexual infidelity in a relationship often triggers a cascade of difficult and painful emotions in those who have been betrayed. After discovery, those who have been betrayed often can't sleep or eat. They can't stop thinking about what their partner did, and they begin avoiding people and places that they used to enjoy. Their trust in others goes down, and they question themselves, often believing that there is something wrong with them. You guys ever done that? I have. I had a high school girlfriend for quite a while. She was a virgin. We never had sex. She cheated on me once with my best friend and lost her virginity in one night. I couldn't help at that age, you know, 17. So that thinking, God, what's wrong with me? What did I do? You know, awful. That's just in high school. Imagine, as some of you can, and lived it, your spouse. Finally, they experience anger in ways that surprise even themselves. After more than 10 years of research and study, Dr. Kevin Skinner's Treating Trauma from Sexual Betrayal offers valuable insight into why a partner's sexual behaviors outside of a committed relationship create symptoms that match post-traumatic stress disorder. Let's just say it's post-traumatic stress disorder instead of the same symptoms. This book provides an in-depth view into the lives of individuals suffering from trauma after sexual betrayal. Using his research data from more than 5,000 individuals who have experienced betrayal, Dr. Skinner outlines why betrayal triggers trauma and then provides the essential tools for healing. Before introducing solutions to treat the trauma, Dr. Skinner provides insight into why most couples don't do the disclosure process right and how an effective disclosure can lead to genuine healing and recovery. And we talk a lot about stuff like that. If you are stuck and don't know how to proceed, in Chapter 7, you will learn how to begin taking action to begin your healing process. If you are suffering from sexual betrayal, healing is possible. Discover how treating traumatic symptoms can help in your recovery. I like it. Sounds great. I have not read it. I think I will, but I'd like any feedback from you guys, okay? Thank you. And anything else you guys want to offer that you know of that will help sexual betrayal trauma. All right, let's get started with the questions. I just want to say anybody can ask me anything you want. I'm sorry if I miss your question. That happens sometimes. I don't do it on purpose. I'll either answer it directly in the comments or I'll answer it in my video if I see it. If I don't, I missed it and I apologize. Please, please, please ask me again. Keep asking me. And if I misunderstood your question, ask me again, please. If you don't understand my answer, ask me again, okay? Let's really heal, learn what happened. If I can help you do that by simply answering a question, ask me, please. All right, first question is from, don't know. Oh, and all I ask is if you guys can, give us your locations. A lot of us like that. I do. It makes us feel more together, more of a family, more of a community, and it offers some kind of validation that it's not just you, that this is a human problem, not just your problem, okay? This is everywhere there are human beings, okay? All right, so Risky85, I don't know where you're from, but here's your question. David, I hear a lot of narcs are only 7% of the population, but do you really believe that? I see narcs everywhere from school to governments to police. It's like 30% or something at least. Some countries more than the others. It almost feels like a prison. Look at it that way. Where I live, 95% of the population is racist. 95? Okay. So, when we say narcs, right, we're saying people with narcissistic personality disorder. A lot of experts, right, say possibly 10%. Some say more. Some believe more. I've heard other doctors and therapists and stuff like this say more, maybe 15%, something like that. But these are people with a personality disorder. There's a difference between narcissism. There's even some people call healthy narcissism, and then there's narcissistic personality disorder. And 30%, I doubt, no, I don't think so, have a disorder. Narcissism is on the rise. Narcissism is on the rise. There's been studies taken and show that even in college students that narcissism is increasing generationally. That's fast, that's a lot. And it corresponds with our culture, right? Changing, evolving. And, the internet, broken families, more career-oriented parents, things like this. People not getting the help they need and being neglected in childhood and repeating it, neglecting their children emotionally. Things like this is making unhealthy people, all right, with different kinds of disorders and different kinds of personality disorders, not just narcissistic personality disorder. But 30%, no, I doubt it's that high. But you may be able to start identifying narcissism, narcissistic behavior, narcissistic traits. I say it's a spectrum that we are all on somewhere, okay? All of us. And you know what? The more people that blame and say, I see it everywhere, tend to also have narcissistic traits, just so you know. It's about being emotionally healthy. It really is. I think this is a developmental disorder, meaning if we don't develop into healthy adults, we may have some kind of disorders. Narcissistic personality disorder, they didn't develop into healthy adults, so this is their childhood, right? You can't diagnose them till they're adults, but this is about childhood and how they're growing up. Yes, it's going to be more in some countries, probably, than others. I've noticed it more in, I know we don't use the less industrialized countries, where there's more war, stuff like this. I've noticed more disorders, personality problems. After we discover this information and we've been a victim of this stuff, we haven't really learned how to protect ourselves yet from people like this. And so we become very hyper vigilant and we see it more. Okay? We have less patience for it. We tend to black and white, and you're either like me or you're a horrible person, right? You're a narcissist. So just be careful of that. It will bother you less as you become more healthy, as you be able to protect yourself and accept people for who they are, and just accept the fact that there are people way different than you, and you don't have to allow them in your life. But we do have to work with them and do stuff like this. So it's better to work on ourselves and become healthier, and then people can't hurt us anymore like that. Okay? Thank you. Keep asking me questions. Let me know what you think. Okay, this is a big one. Megan. I'm a new subscriber and have been watching your videos. Thanks for all that you do. I'm from the United States, 41 female. Thank you, Megan. Thanks. Welcome to the channel. I'm glad you're asking questions. Okay. 2 years ago, my ex, 53, met at work, father of 3 daughters and 2 marriages. So your ex is 53, you guys met at work, and he's a father of 3 daughters and a product of 2 failed marriages. Started love bombing me for 6 months until I had to go out of town for a business trip for 6 weeks. During the love bombing stage, he was mad to know that there were other guys who were trying to date me, so we agreed to be exclusive. He made it very clear from the beginning that he has an obsession with dominatrix and wanted me to dress like one. It was only a month ago that I found out he has been dating this local dominatrix he met on Instagram since I was away on that business trip. Well, that's not why. He's got personal issues is why, right? Has problems committing to you, right? Problems with respect and honesty, and loyalty and integrity. Those are his problems, not yours. So it wasn't because you went on a business trip. It's because he's a scumbag, right? Without being judgmental. Found out he was dating the local dominatrix he met on Instagram because you were on that business trip. She is 38, a mom of a young daughter, and is still married to a rich husband who's 74, owns properties all around the world. I had no idea that he was living a double life this whole time until a few weeks ago. I'm sorry. Betrayal. Trauma, the book. I recommend it. Might help you. You just found this out a few weeks ago. You found out he was moving into her house that she owns with her husband. They live separately. I hope so, if he's going to move in. I watched your video about how single moms are perfect targets for narcs. My question to you is, has he finally found the one? Because she is a mother, so she can also babysit his daughters. She is a dominatrix. She has tons of money because of her husband. She provides him with a free place to live, etc. So, yes, for a guy who doesn't care about who people are, emotional connections, relationships, growing, anything like that, and cares about everything external, like looks and status and sex and money, yeah, I guess he found a good person for that, and that's good. Right? Because you aren't that person. You aren't the one for him. You guys weren't ever meant to be together, right? He is so different than you, right? Do you value respect? Do you value loyalty and integrity, compassion, things like this, acceptance, non-judgment, all these things? If you value these things, he clearly doesn't. So it sounds like he found someone else who doesn't. Good fit. That's good. Will their relationship grow and be functional and loving and healthy? No. But at least he's with the right person, right? Who's maybe as sick as him, who doesn't care about who people are. I'm imagining and assuming, maybe I shouldn't, but I'm assuming you care about who people are. He doesn't. cares about sex and money and stuff like this. Okay. Yeah, I finished it. So, has he finally found the one? Well, yeah, if that's somebody who doesn't care about emotional connection with people and doesn't care about having a loving, growing, functional, healthy relationship, sounds like yes. I hope that answered your question, because that's all you're asking me. Has he finally found the one? Sure. But when you understand what a relationship needs, okay, you'll understand that it doesn't matter who somebody dates, right? It doesn't matter if I found a good one, a bad one. He needs to understand what a relationship needs and takes, and I don't think he does. I'm assuming he does not. Doesn't care about those things. So their relationship will never grow. It'll never be loving. Probably never have any functional value. Okay? So accept him for who he is. Try to. Accept this woman for who she is and allow them to be together, right? It's not going to be a good relationship. You know him, and that's who he is, right? That this is the person he is, what you know of him. He didn't just miraculously change because he found a dominatrix. He's going to be the same way he was with you, okay? And he sounds like he probably found another victim to do the same thing to. He will repeat it unless he looks at himself and learns about who he is and totally works and changes himself. He's going to keep repeating the same mistakes. But keep asking me if you have more to ask me, okay? That was just, did he find the one? And it sounds like he found somebody, the kind of person he's looking for. Will it be rewarding? No. You only have so much time to build a real emotional connection and foundation of a relationship, right? Because all you have in the beginning is physical. It feels good, it's fun, sex maybe, and going out and spending money and dating. That only lasts for a while. You have to really find out who each other are, and emotional needs must be met, things like this, okay? Thank you. Navid, don't know where you're from. Please tell us your locations. Let us know where you are, guys. Please. Thank you. For the first time in life, I want nothing to do with humanity. I can live and die alone, and I'm okay with that. This experience is life-altering. No one will understand until they themselves have been through it. You can try and explain to people, but like I said, they won't get it until themselves have been through it themselves, or until you heal. Healing is understanding. When we can't get anybody to understand it, we don't either. When you understand it and you're healed, you can explain it a whole lot better to people. Okay, and I'm not just saying because I have. I had a real problem trying to get anybody to understand me when this happened, and no one could. I didn't understand it either. Now that I do, I can easily explain it to anybody to understand. No longer do people go, huh, I don't get it. What? Why? I can answer those questions right away to them. Okay? So definitely healing needed here because you've just crossed off humanity. And I'm here to tell you, it doesn't matter who you are. We need society, we need relationships, and we need our emotional needs met. My guess is you never have. My guess is you've had nothing but dramatic relationships and you haven't had your emotional needs met, okay? And we haven't been able to protect ourselves and we've been repeatedly hurt the same way, the same time, same kind of hurt. And we don't know how to protect ourselves. And now our experiences are so bad, we believe we're going to keep having bad experiences. I'm guessing your thoughts are taking over. And depression is a negative outlook on people, not getting along with people and stuff. So it sounds like depression, which is fixable, treatable. And once you really start learning what a loving, healthy, functional relationship consists of, right, how to do it, you might have enough courage to try again. But we've got to heal from the past, okay? We've got to heal from the past so that our experiences, although bad, don't feel bad anymore. So we have enough courage to try again. I don't care who you are. It's what you need. We may have gotten away from ourselves and not know ourselves very well in this bad relationships you've had. We tend to do that, compromise who we are, lose a sense of who we are. And a big part of that is what we need, okay? These are needs, not wants. The most important thing in people's lives are emotional needs, and you're no different. You're no different. We're just giving up. And if you give up on humanity, you're only giving up on yourself. We don't get to enjoy you as a human being, but you don't get to enjoy us. And that's a shame, okay? I'm so sorry for your bad experiences. I really am. I really am. We can't change them, but we can change how we feel about them and learn and grow and love again. I promise. This thing is telling you, no, David's wrong. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Maybe you're thinking, I don't understand. Okay? And I'm not claiming I do understand your situation. I don't know you. Okay? But trauma and pain are healable. You can heal from this. You need people in your lives. You just do. You won't do well isolating and cutting people off and not having relationships where we can relate to people and share what we have to share. You have a lot to share with humanity. A lot. You know? I'm sorry you feel that way. I recommend getting some help. Whatever we can't do by ourselves, we ask for help, okay? Keep asking questions. Thank you. Malika from China. Hello, Malika. Hey, David. Hope you are doing fine, and thank you for your videos. Thank you, I am. Thank you. They are a great help to all of us. What does it mean if a narc unblocks you 5 months after discard? Is that a game, or they moved on? Well, these kinds of questions, I can't tell you what a specific person is doing and why and what they're thinking. So all I can do is say, what do I think most narcissists are thinking, or, just guess is all I can do. So it sounds like you had a narcissist discard you 5 months ago and they blocked you, and now here they are just unblocking you. All I can do is guess, right? Probably had a dependent relationship, for one. Dependency makes us think about just the good times and go back to it, just like any addiction, right? You see people doing this in Alcoholics Anonymous, glorifying their past. That was awful, and they'll tell you about all the good times because we miss it. That's our brain. Also, when we lose people in our lives, we tend to introspect. It causes depression. A narcissist won't do that. So a narcissist doesn't heal.